how do you feel about the reported racist things that are going on? We've seen all kinds of viral videos of people doing shitty things to Asian people in general in New York, outside of New York. Even our own president obviously has sort of instigated this drama. How do you
Right.
feel about all that?
I think it's trash. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I think it's just bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially and it's not just out here though. Like in China now again, I don't know if it's fake news. I don't know the validity of the information. But if what I saw is true and what I heard is true is going on in China, um, what I heard from what I know is that they're kicking black people, Africans, out of their homes
I saw
and
that.
not letting people go into certain establishments and etc. and just have people sleeping on the street. You know what I'm saying? Just because of their race. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like whoever does that, that's really bad. You know what I'm saying? Because when we start doing stuff like that, we seen what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like this is not some that we seen. You know what I mean? Like when we start dictating how people live because of their race, you know what I mean? We've seen that before. In our lifetime, we've seen remnants of it at least, you know what I'm saying? Like what Hitler did, what the slavery in United States, we know what that type of hate can do. You know what I'm saying? And right now, with that what's going on with Asians being attacked and also the Africans being affected by what's going on, it just shows like how stupid we are. Because right now the world is at war with a
Mm.
virus that knows no color. It doesn't know if you're American, Chinese, black. It doesn't care about that. It doesn't care if you're white, yellow, black, whatever. It doesn't care. The virus is going to attack you because you're human. It's a virus against the human, our us. You understand what I'm saying? So right now, we are at war with that, but we're also picking a war between us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that this is definitely not the time for it. And it's just ugly, and it just shows that it just shows still how ignorance thrives. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I just feel like I don't like it. You know what I mean? Whoever that does it, people be like, "Yo, Mac, well, you not saying nothing about whatever, whatever." I don't like it. Whoever does it, you know what I'm saying? If China's doing it, I don't like it. I don't like that done anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that.
Right. Do you think that the real damage to this, like from this, well, not the damage. I think that the real change that's going to take place in our society from this is that it's going to cause everybody to sort of take a step back and assess what is going on in their lives and realize that there might not always be this constant rampant change. There might not always be this constant rampant progression. But it's sad when you see that some people are reverting back to just straight denial, to people who are trying to politicize this issue and make it so that it's like a right versus left thing. And people want to just like line up behind President Trump to really like endorse his version of reality, which seems like complete bullshit. It's kind of sad because it's like this is the one thing that you would think would be a cause for everybody to come together. It seems like there's still a lot of division in terms of people who
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to deny this.
right. Because what's happening is our leaders are pointing fingers.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Our leaders are looking for people to blame. Because it's bigger. It's bigger than just this virus. And we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But before I do that, I want to say like, yo, like with the Asians attack, right? And people be like, yo, Mac, you always talking when Asians are being attacked, but what about when people are attacking other people? Why you're not talking about other things? Well, I do talk about other things, but number one is the reason why I talk about it more fervently about Asian people is because we don't have the right representation. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like there's nobody speaking up for the Asians except myself. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody speaking for the Chinese except for myself. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else that has a platform to do so, they're too they don't want static. They don't want the drama. They don't want the trolls. They're trying to like they don't want that, right? And and they're not saying, because of that, they're not saying anything, and because of that, it's just these things are happening more frequently and frequently. You know what I'm saying? Because people feel like there is no repercussion. You know what I'm saying? Like if you attack an Asian person, there's really gonna be no repercussion. They're just gonna cry online and do whatever, whatever. But there's really like what else is happening? You know what I'm saying? So now when I see that, and then I look at things like when things happen, when injustices happen to the black people, they rally like this. You know what I'm saying? When injustices happen to, the Jewish people, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? When things happen to gay people, oh my God, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But when it happens to Asian people, it's like, yeah, you hear a little beef, but there's nothing real. Like there's no real mobilization. There's no real rallying because our leaders, you know what I'm saying? Because the people that have the platforms, they aren't leaders, and nobody is leading us. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is showing us a different way. Nobody is speaking for us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people like Ben Baller, people like people like Aquafina, people like and the list goes on and on. With anybody that has a platform, any Asian that has a platform, I feel like people are not using their platforms. They're just worried about what how it would affect them, and they're not using their platforms correctly to really represent for us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem right there, because there's not enough people speaking for us. You know what I'm saying? That's why every time I speak, you know what I'm saying? Because there's not enough people speaking for us. There's a shitload of people speaking for black people. You know what I'm saying? There's a shitload, and I love black people. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I see anything happen, I feel outraged too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there are plenty of people speaking for them. The other day, I saw a post where P Diddy said, "Yo, the coronavirus is affecting mostly black people," and he made a post immediately. Whatever he was trying to get done, it got done. You know what I'm saying? And I look at that, and I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? That's strength. You know what I'm saying? And that's something we don't have. As an Asian American, we don't have somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to really do that. And I feel like, the Asians that have these platforms that could do so, I wish they grew some fucking balls. I wish they fucking grew some fucking some backbone and stood up and said something. You know what I'm saying? Because, the more we speak, the more we stand up, the more, the shit that people start seeing like, all right, they're not the ones to be going for shit. You know what I'm saying? But when we just stay quiet and we just stay timid, shit happens. And I just feel like that's a real reason of why, things have been happening.
Right. But let me ask you this. A lot of people are very timid about being questioning, skeptical of the Chinese government. The NBA comes to our attention in terms of like censorship issues, in terms of what's being done to the Uyghur Muslims within China. There's a lot of like really atrocious stuff being perpetrated by the Chinese government, and a lot of people are scared to speak up about that because of their just straight up business interests. And do you think that comes into play? Because I don't want to make any assumptions about Ben Baller, but I know Ben Baller probably does a lot of business in China, and I know if Ben Baller was outspoken about that.
I'm not talking about him speaking about China. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's not even Chinese. I'm talking about speaking up when things are happening in America. You know what I'm saying? Like speaking up and really like, when injustices are happening in America right here. You know what I'm saying? Why are you not speaking about it? You know what I'm saying? Why are you not, using your power to really really help the people that need to be helped? There's a lot of Asian people right now that are just lost. They just don't know what's going on. There is no leadership. You know what I'm saying? So we having followers and we having people, we should be leaders and we should speak up about things, because Ben Baller, he's a respected person. You know what I'm saying? Like when he says something, it's not just gonna be Asian people that listening. There's gonna be a ripple effect of different people saying that. And if he says something that's really valid and not just commenting on a fucking Instagram post, but if he's really saying something and really trying to do something, then that's gonna work. Like he's gonna have a lot of power. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of powerful people follow him, and that goes the same for a lot of other people as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about him speaking about what's going on in China, because at the end of the day, we're American. You know what I mean? People tag me and shit like, yo, Mac, what is your people doing over here? Like in China. First of all, I've never been to China. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Hong Kong, but that when I went there, it wasn't China. It was still part of it was still under the British rule, right? So I don't know what goes on in China. I was born and raised in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I have affinity to the Chinese people because my heritage, because of my ancestor. You know what I'm saying? My ancestors, we come from China. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that would be my motherland, but I am American, born and raised here. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I learn idealistically of me as a person, I am an American person. You understand what I'm saying? Even the way that I think. So when I go to China, they're not going to look at me like, oh, brother, you're Chinese. No, they're going to look at me like I'm an American, because we think differently, we talk differently, we have different world views. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, 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 so now I can't really speak on what's going on in China, even though I know, yes, they have like a really like, really you just can't say certain things about them without the government reacting a certain way, right? So we know that. But even without that, there's certain things that I can't talk about. Like I don't know what I don't I, and there's so much fake news going on because people get their news from Instagram clips,
Right.
from Twitter videos, from YouTube, things that anybody could put up. You know what I'm saying? This is not verified information, a lot of it. I'm not saying everything, but a lot of this shit, and there's a lot of fake news. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, definitely.
So a lot of people are so lazy that they just see one or two or five clips, and then they'll judge their whole thing on this. And when you go there, a place like China that doesn't have Instagram, China does not have Instagram. China does not have YouTube. Whatever we use, Google, anything like that, China doesn't have. China has their own thing. So there's really no way for a person in Brooklyn that has no ties to anybody in China for them to get real news that's going on out there. Everything is kind of ciphered and trickled down. And I don't know, but most times shit's been diluted and tampered with, and it's different than what it was. So I'm not gonna sit here and try to argue with what's going on in China or what's not going on in China. All I know is what's going on right here. You know what I'm saying? But also, but
Hold on 1 second.
yeah.
Can you tell Laura to tell Taz that I can't pick up right now because I'm doing an interview? But is he here? No.
Yeah.
Taz Taylor's here.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Just let him know that I'm sure he knows now. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. I mean, do you think that a lot of celebrities, Asian celebrities in particular, do you think that they just feel like it's like kind of messy for their brand to be speaking up on, Asian people getting attacked on the subway in New York? Do you feel like they just don't want to sort of put that kind of political content on their Instagrams or their Twitters? Or where do you think that compulsion comes from to not say stuff about that sort of thing?
I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that your brand should, yes, your brand as an actor, rapper, or whatever you are should be that. But at the end of the day, you are also a person. You are also a person of a person of your community. You know what I'm saying? You have responsibilities as a person that's in that of popularity. You know what I'm saying? There's certain responsibilities that come with it. It's either you take it or you don't. But you, Adam, as whatever all the stuff that you built, but there are responsibilities that come with it. Certain people are looking for you to to raise awareness on certain things that you might have ties in or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? People without voices are looking for people like us, and people hire to speak on certain things. And if you don't speak on it, then that's basically you're just worried about yourself. You're just worried about the money that you're getting, the moves that you're making. But what about the people? What about the people that's being affected? What about the people that's being hurt? What about the things that you can raise awareness on and have other people follow suit? What about that? I always feel like, yo, at the end of the day, yes, I'm a rapper. I do whatever, but also I know I have a responsibility towards younger people, towards people that may be doing the same things that that I've done in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I have a responsibility to tell them otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, when I was 14 and 15, you know what I mean? Somebody that had some type of stature, all that person could have did was just do a couple things, and maybe my mind would have switched, and it would have saved me from a whole lot. And that's the same thing. There's people out there that can say certain things and do certain things that will change people's mindsets and will change certain things. And I just don't feel like, as an Asian American, there aren't anybody doing that. There's no Asians speaking. I mean, when they're, see, with black people, white people, with other people, other races, there are enough people talking. You know what I'm saying? So because there's enough people talking, you can actually, everybody doesn't have to speak. There's some people that could just, play the background, do whatever. But there's nobody, Asian American, nobody's is speaking. There's nobody talking. There's nobody standing up. There's nobody like really like trying to bring awareness to what we're going through and our plight. You know what I'm saying? And what I've been taught is, if you don't speak up, you don't eat. You know what I'm saying? If you have a problem with something and you're not saying about it, you're not vocal about it, it will keep on happening. I came from prison, and that's how it is. If you want to get on the phone, you got to stand up for it. You got to fight for that. You know what I'm saying? You want to get your meal, you want to get the meal that you're supposed to get, you got to fight for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're quiet, you're just going to sit in the corner, be quiet, and you're not going to get anything that you're supposed to get. So that's the same thing out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we just going to be continually being quiet and just allow things to just come down on us? Or are we going to be more vocal about it? Are we going to start stepping up? Are we going to start, start showing people, hey, we're not going to have it either? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you ever went to a Jewish community out here in Brooklyn or wherever you're at, you ever seen how they have it out there? You
Definitely.
ain't going in there and doing shit. You're not going in there and doing nothing. They got that shit on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? They got that shit locked down. And if you was to do something in the black neighborhood, they would be thousands of people coming outside, and no, it's not happening. But when shit happens to us, it's really like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really the same thing.
Well, let me ask you this, though. Do you think that the average Asian person or Asian young person in New York City feels like they are a particular target of harassment or of people's anger because of the current coronavirus situation right now?
I feel like it's a lot more, it's higher. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, check this out, right? The coronavirus is something really scary. You know what I'm saying? We never dealt with this. We don't know what this is. We have really like you said, this is our first time in our lifetime that we ever been in front of something like this. So we really don't know what's about to happen. So it's a scary time. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if, yes, we've been locked down for like a month, but what happens if we get locked down for 3 more months and the money really stops? Then what happens? Like, so a lot of times, a lot of us family, like a lot of American people, we are scared right now. So when we're scared, and it's the coronavirus, and our president or our leaders or the media is saying, hey, this is the Chinese virus. Now here I am. I've never been to China before. I grew up right here. My mom hasn't been to China in 40 years. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother's been here for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? There's people that were generations that's been here in America. They just look like Chinese, but they've been here the whole time. And so now people like that are getting attacked. People like that are getting are getting the backlash of something that happened in China. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like, damn. Well, when the media paints this, and they're not even responsible enough to be like, all right, hey, you know what I mean? There are Chinese people in America, Americans, you know what I'm saying? We don't want that backlash to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't thought about. They just said that, and that put us in jeopardy.
Another classic interview in the books. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and head on over to nojumper.com to support. Appreciate y'all.